Hello everybody and welcome to week 2 of this course. And first I would like to reflect on your performance in week 1 and share with you some of my observations on your performance. As you might have noticed that the course was accessed to you about 10 days before the start of the term, and that was meant to give you the chance to review the contents of the course, the syllabus, and look at the labs, and make sure that you understand everything, and be prepared and get ready for the start of the first week. And I noticed that some of you have started early doing the assignments and even starting the quiz and even the labs. Before that, we advise you to make sure that the lab kit is received and that it is complete, and all the equipment and the material that you need for all the labs is included in that kit. And I noticed that some of you mentioned that their lab kits are incomplete. They are missing a few items here and there, and we have been able to get in touch with Carolina, which is the supplier of the lab kits, and they were able to address the situation. And to cater for that, I gave some of you extra time to finish their labs because their lab kits arrived late. The other thing I want to reflect on is the lab safety agreement, and you are required to read, understand, and sign that lab safety agreement and send it back to us so that we are sure you understand all the lab safety issues and adhere to them. Particularly you are doing microbiology labs, so safety is important, and that's why we stressed on that. And even it carries 5 points, so that every student is encouraged to do it. With regard to the activities of the week, we started with the discussion, and as you have seen, there are 4 discussion topics based on the date of birth. And from my observations and from my readings on the posts that you sent, everything went fine, and the discussion was lively. And I just want to mention that during the discussion, you are not only needed to put some information. It's always a good thing to share your life experiences, agree or disagree with your colleagues, make comments, send relevant articles that you know about, which I noted that some of you did, and that is very well encouraged and is commended. And I even make comments on that. The other thing is that when I respond to one of you, I don't mean only the person that I'm responding to. You are all required to read what I write, and because it addresses all of you, not only the person who sent that post. With regard to the input in discussion, I just want to remind you about a few things which some of you forgot to do. You are required to post at least 3 posts. The initial post that addresses the topic, and responding to at least 2 of your colleagues. That is number 1. Number 2 is to include references. In the initial one, you need at least 2 references. In the responses to your colleagues, you need at least 1 reference. You also need to remember the length of your posting, and all of that is included in the discussion guidelines. So please read them carefully and try to fulfill all those requirements. Then we had the lab, and some of you struggled in understanding what is required and so on, and they communicated with me through email and through telephone calls, and I was able to address their issues. The quiz, of course, the reading quiz, it carried 20 points, and most of you scored the full points. Of course, you have 2 chances to do the quiz, and it is automatically graded by the system. So I don't have a hand in that, and you need to do the reading first and then answer the quiz. I think this is all I wanted to say about reflecting on your performance in week 1. Now, starting week 2, this week we are looking at the growth and development, or in other words, reproduction of microorganisms. That is the theme of the week. And you have the 4 topics for discussion, of course. And you have the lab. The lab for this week, we are going to do the aseptic technique, which aims at creating a sterile environment. And this is important, particularly for work in or with microorganisms, because you don't want any contamination. And you will learn about the way how you can create an aseptic or a sterile environment. So I hope you enjoy this lab and try to apply it in your work when you finish your studies, and understand the importance of creating a sterile environment for microbiological work. I think that's all I wanted to share with you, and I wish you good luck, and I hope to see you online as usual. Don't hesitate to contact me if you have any problems, if you have any queries, even if you have comments. And then see you online, and I will meet you at the beginning of week 3.